Hello, everyone. This is Martin. Welcome back to another weekly update. And let's take a look at what I think is going to happen for this coming week. We're going to be looking at the daily charts as we always do. So, the coming week, we are talking about February the 6th to the 10th. And the theme for this week is again regarding the USD strength. Here you can see that last week's FOMC statement, which basically talks about, or the statement that the Fed comes out and discusses whether there's going to be a interest rate increase. Well, last week, the talk seemed to be a little bit on the soft side. The Feds weren't exactly coming out and saying that there was going to be another rate increase in March or anything like that. So because of their dovish talk and the words that were contained within the statement, doesn't seem like there's going to be an interest rate hike soon, and because of that, the USD strength is compromised. In other words, softening with regards to the other major currency pairs. So the other currencies could certainly strengthen this week against the USD. And we also saw on Friday with the non-farm payroll. Friday was a pretty good day as for some of the currency pairs, the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, euro, and even the British pound, and weak for the USD against the Japanese yen. Um, so very interesting this week. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm going to give you my thoughts on everything. And the very first thing we're going to do is switch to the Euro USD chart. Okay, here you can see the Euro USD daily. And these are the candles, the price action as of the previous Friday close. You can see here with the red vertical line. So this is the end of the previous week, and here's the new week right here. And you can see on Friday we had a pretty good up candle for the Euro USD because of the non-farm payroll news that did come out. And you can see over here we are in a bullish trending channel. You can see I've drawn a lower trend line, an upper trend line. So you can see price has gone up, price down, up, down. And so it's got still a long way to go up. I believe, like I do have a bullish bias sentiment for this pair. So I do believe once price gets above here, then price could certainly go higher, and we get a resistance up here. So price, once it clears this area here, and I would say again, these are not actual trade recommendations or signals, but I would be looking personally to buy above the 108.20. Above there, price could certainly come up here, but then again, we are at resistance. If price clears this area, price could certainly go up higher to meet with this the red line you can see right here, which is the 200 SMA, and then from this point on, price could come back and reverse again. So, but right now, we are in a bullish channel, and let me just get rid of that for a second. And so I believe price can go higher. Again, how high? I don't think anyone's sure of that, but there is still room to go higher for this pair. Now we get to the British pound USD, and you can see here price is really in a range. Okay, when I talk about a range, I'm going to do this. So here we have resistance. Here we have support. You can see prices up, down, kind of just going sideways. So really, there's no trade. I don't see any trade opportunities really in the short term. You kind of have to wait and see. look for better opportunity. My bias is to the downside. However, as of now, you can see price with the Friday's candle closed below this trend line. Okay, can you see that right there? And so we are kind of in a seller's market, even though we're still above the 50. But I believe price could still come down further. If it breaks this area right here, then price is going to come down a long way. So this could be an excellent longer term opportunity to the downside. Here you can see the MACD below. We have some bearish momentum bars, the histogram bars right here, they are below zero, getting larger away from the zero. So bias seems to be toward the downside, and looking for a sell, I would be looking for sell below 12400. So below here, below 12400. Um, if you think price could bounce, because we are in a sideways range, and price could come down a bit lower and then bounce higher, come back up to this area. I could buy. I could be looking at buys above 125.50. So if we're thinking about buying, I would want to wait for a buy above 125.50, for a sell below 12400. Okay, now we move to the Australian USD. This had a big move on Friday. You can see with this candle right here. As a matter of fact, as of last week, this is the close again with this red vertical line. We've had some huge upward candles, and as of the close of last Friday, price has actually moved up 163 pips, so that's pretty good. Take a look down below. We have one green histo bar, um, quite large. The blue MACD line is now crossed above the signal line here, so it looks like we are in a buyer's market. There's still room to go higher, and if price goes higher, price could still move as much as about 80 pips or more. Again, this is major resistance. So again, there's a caution. If we're looking to buy on this pair, we want to be well aware that this is major resistance just above us. So in the short term, it's not going to give us hundreds of pips. It could give us basically 80, 90 pips or so, depending on what happens once price gets up to this area. Price could come up here and then completely bounce right back down again. But again, you can see we're in kind of a wedge here. Price seems to be within the wedge, and there's still room for price to go higher. Okay, again, this pair, Australian USD, is tied into how well gold is doing, and we'll take a look at the gold chart. You can see gold has been going higher. We're coming into a resistance here of the 100 SMA, but if it breaks this area, then gold could certainly come all the way up to this next dynamic resistance area, which is the 200 SMA. So look at the MACD. Histo bars are rising away from zero. Looks like momentum is to the upside. So if gold continues going higher, then the Australian dollar will also kick in and continue going higher as well. Okay, now we move to the New Zealand USD. Same thing. We are kind of in a channel again. I've drawn in this lower trend line for you to take a look at. Here's the upper trend line. So you can see price down here, gone up, down, up, down, up, down. And I believe definitely we are in a bullish uptrend. And I believe price certainly can go higher. However, again, take a look. We are at major resistance here. Price could come here, come back down. Then it could possibly break right through and go even higher. Okay, so again, the next major area where price could go would be to the resistance area right here, and we're looking at about the 7400, 7450 area. Okay, let me just get rid of that, and that's what I see for here. Take a look at the MACD line is still above the zero here, so um, there's still there's still room for price to go higher. Okay. Now we get to the US CAD, and the US CAD basically is just kind of going, um, it's kind of going sideways. I would wait here. There isn't any real, there's no real reason for me to buy anything or sell anything here. If anything, I would want to sell. There seems to be a kind of a bearish bias, but it certainly price has been holding above this trend line. You see, I've drawn this in this trend line, so price has come back down, up, down here. It's going sideways. Price could certainly come down a bit and then bounce higher. And again, price could certainly, uh, you know, come right back up here and then bounce back down. So we're kind of in this wedge here, and I would want to wait for more evidence. So for this one, I would look at selling below 0.9890. If price comes down lower, below, um, I'm sorry, below 129.80, below 129.80 for sell. For a buy, it's kind of tricky because you could take a buy above this area right here. Let me just get the cross here. So you could possibly look at a buy above 130.50 again, and if it gets above there, it would come up to at least the 200. So that would be around 60 pips or so. So that would still be worthwhile, but if you think price is going to go higher, then I would buy above 130.50. Uh, but again, watch out if price breaks down below this trend line. Price has got a long way to go as well. Okay. Right now, the momentum bars or the histo bars, they're getting they're weakening for the downtrend, which indicates that price could reverse and go higher pretty soon. Okay, now we get to the, let's take a look, oil, which Canadian. I always talk about oil. Let me just do this. Okay, this is as of last week. Okay, and you can see oil has actually bounced up high off the lower trend line here, so it's bounced up pretty high, but it's still really contained. You see this resistance area right here? I'll just draw you a the resistance zone here. So you see price is kind of stuck right there. For it to go higher, it would have to close above this area. If we think price is going to go lower, it would close below the trend line. And right now, it's going kind of sideways. So it's really a wait and see situation. There seems to be bias to the upside, but again, you would have to wait till price closes above this resistance zone that I've drawn out in gray. If price goes higher, then that's going to impact on the Canadian dollar, which means going back to that last chart, the US CAD is going to drop down lower if the price of oil continues going higher. Okay, so just keep an eye out on that. And now we get to the US Swiss franc. Same thing here. Price seems to be going sideways, but my bias is to the downside. Um, prices below the below this EMA right here, and it's kind of stuck between the 200, the 100, and the confluence as well as the support. So it's just below resistance here. This was previous resistance. Now it has turned to support. So price is kind of stuck there, and I wouldn't do anything. This is a kind of wait and see situation. So if anything, if we think price is going to be going down lower, then you want to sell below 98.90, which is below here. You want to sell below 98.90 if we think price is going to go lower. I do have a bearish sentiment on this one, but again, it's just going sideways. is something. It's a currency pair I would not trade right now. And finally, we get to the U.S. Japanese yen. Now, take a look here. This is what's happened. We've had a bearish move all last week, but it's still pinned by this support zone in gray. You can see that right here. It is a major support zone. Take a look at the left where my mouse is, the cursor. And so price is really has not gone below that. It's kind of stuck there. And I do have a bearish sentiment on this pair. And if we believe price is going to go lower, I would only take a sell below 111.80. So below 111.80, if I'm thinking that price is going to go lower, there is downward pressure on this pair. But again, if we think price is going to go higher, then I would certainly look at this area right here, buy above 113.30, 113.30 if we think price is going to go higher. And if price is going to go higher, it can still give us pretty good 170 pips to the upside. So again, we want to wait for further evidence, either waiting for price to come down further and break below this support zone right here, or wait for price to rebound higher, reverse off this support, and then take a buy trade above 113, 30, 30, 35. Let's take a look here. Yeah, buy above 113. I'm gonna switch down to a 4-hour chart. Let's see what that brings up. Sometimes you go down to lower charts to see where a better entry would be. And in this case, um, yeah, most likely above 113.20, 113.20, if you want to get in early, or above this area right here, 113.50. I'm sorry, 113.80 here. Um, and then price would have a long way to go, 68 pips. Okay, so that's what I see for this week. Be very careful with your entries. Again, the information that came out, the economic news that came out last week, really didn't clarify too many things. Like I said, there are no real strong trends right now, just short-term trends. So again, be careful with your trades, mind your stop losses, and that's it for this week. If you want to contact me, you can contact me anytime. If you want to get some more information on my courses, please feel free to email me. Take care, everyone. Happy trading. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.